level 6 on the Ancient Apparition is going to be so important. They have to somehow make space for that, but they don't have any way to do it. All 3 of their core heroes need some pretty good levels, and all of them can't really go and do something else. I mean, maybe the Ember Spirit can jungle a little bit if you get some early points in Flame Guard, and they can give a lane to the Ancient Apparition, but we'll see.
It's still iffy. Alright, on the side of DK, we have Mushy playing Dead Lady, Death Prophet. We have MMY playing the Shadow Shaman, taking a drink from the bottle. We have Viper played by Burning, so it's the safe lane Viper with Lanham playing that Enigma. And of course, iceiceice taking that off lane as Doombringer. And he's just gonna be skittling around with tangos as well as an early boost of speed.
Yeah, and LGD going for the invade right now, heading it up. We've got Yao on the Elder Titan, we've got Rabbit, formerly known as Xiaotuji, on the Faceless Void. Lin is going to be handling that Ember Spirit, DD on the Earthshaker, and DDC will be your Ancient Apparition. And as expected, LGD are making their way up. They're going to try and block at a couple of camps, but DK anticipating this, well, actually already had an Observer Ward down, though unfortunately it's going to be spotted just on the edge of this sentry, and down it'll go.
50 gold gone. But yeah, it's 1 TS for the Ember Spirit, and LGD doing the smart thing. The thing is, Enigma can still try and jungle in the enemy jungle, so I don't know how effective it will be, but this is a huge investment in terms of wards. Wards in the Radiant side, so.
Yeah. And if Lanham gets desperate, he can either go and try and get a little bit of farm over in the Radiant jungle, or he can just, once he gets say level 2 Eidolons, he can actually just go deny creeps on the offlane and farm the Ancients. So long as he doesn't get unlucky and there's black dragons, then he can actually just sit there and still get reasonable amounts of experience. So I don't think he's going to be too worried.
Or is this just some early game harassment with the double damage?
I think DD is like, I have a DD, so I'll do my best.
Melee hero DD though, it could have gone to the Ancient Apparition and you could have stood there and just clicked down Mushy, but I think they want to massify their size instead. It's a nice fissure, blocks the DP from harm. And well, we do have Lin on the Ember Spirit, so balance in all things, as we always say. Could just turn around to be that. Mushy still getting levels, still getting the CS advantage. Oh, not really. 3-0, 3-1.
This should be a pretty good lane for the Death Prophet, I think. He's just going to constantly spam the wave and...
Elder Titan is not going to have a good time.
No, definitely not. And I love this from Burning. He picks up the early boots. He's just like, get out of this lane. I don't care. You're not even getting close, and it's not even slowing down his CS all that much. So, nice call from him.
Now the D-warding beginning from Lanham. He's still level 1 though, so he's missed the D-ward on the first try. He's going to try for the second D-ward, and this time he will get it. But his big camp has already been blocked for 2 rounds, so it's still a big loss for the Enigma. And we talked about him actually maybe getting into the wards. If he slowed down significantly, he could be looking at
oh yeah, a couple more right clicks, maybe gonna do it? Not quite.
Good fissure coming in. But yeah, we'll see if Enigma gets the D-ward right. Yeah, he gets it right. So he will get the D-wards finally. He will miss another round of creeps on this camp. But now he finally effectively cleans up his jungle from all the annoyance. And he will start with a very nice camp actually. A Satyr camp. The small Satyr camp is
so much gold, so much experience. It's really, really good. So a little bit of good luck for Lanham, and I mean he's been slowed down by 2 minutes, but with how quickly Enigma jungles, I don't know if it's going to end up being a huge deal.
DK just ran a double Midas on their team without in terms of heroes. I think Doom is one of those Midas heroes. I've said that before. He starts off weak and really crippled, but you give him a little bit of time, he becomes really bad. Really hard to deal with. And iceiceice just going shopping in the jungle actually, looking for a nice creep, maybe gank mid with it. It's gonna be tough. It's an Ember Spirit and it's a Death Prophet, but it's gonna be really tough, and iceiceice just evades that entire smoke gang, so they might not see DP. Actually getting caught out. Oh, a bad fissure gonna be coming out here. Mushy's gonna freeze, but is it gonna be a kill? It's the question. No sleight of fist here. They're gonna dive the tower for it. Mushy getting no TP support actually. He's gonna go down. First blood goes to LGD, and DK trail by 1 kill.
Yeah, fortunately Mushy does have his bottle and he managed to pick up a TP scroll, so not the biggest loss for him, but I mean I talked about it during the draft. I don't think LGD are going to be able to stop iceiceice, so I like that they've gone and applied some pressure mid lane, and nice save from Lin after that fissure whiffed just a little bit.
Yeah. And Mushi back in the lane. But surprised to see no TP support coming in for him actually. I guess Rasta couldn't do much.
Yeah, I mean the Rasta TP's in, it's maybe they think a little bit about it, but I think he's still probably gonna die, and nobody else is really gonna be ready to respond, so.
Well, iceiceice, he hits level 4 as a result of Mushi's absence. He's gonna go and hit at DD for just a bit, and DD out of mana, will not be able to contest, eats one more tango, really out of stuff at this point. Iceiceice says, hey, cool, 2 of myself, I'm gonna set them on the Earthshaker. And iceiceice has been having a fun time in the offlane. That's one of the fun things in the offlane, you can do a lot of things you like, not really follow normal procedure because it's a case by case, game by game basis. And he's gonna use an illusion to tank. He gets a Dark Troll Warlord. That's a nice creep to have. We'll see if he uses it. Yeah, he will. And with the net, he could look for a kill here. On this Ember Spirit, very low in health as well. With the illusions, they can soak up some tower hits and actually go for a gank here. Nope, instead DD comes round, so gank over.
DD still a fairly low level, but they are at least still prioritizing DDC, getting up that level 6 as quickly as possible. For items, Burning has just picked up some treads so far, Lanham, Soul Ring, no big surprise. So we haven't seen exactly who's going to be picking up the mech, and who's going to be the big instigator this game. DK might even not necessarily feel all that pressured. I mean, we were talking a lot about pushing against the Doom and how it's a potent strategy, but at the same time DK don't have to win this in the first 30 minutes or they're going to lose by default. It's just that is something that they could have looked to exploit.
Yeah, the pulling hasn't been fantastic from LGD either. The lane control has been pretty poor. iceiceice is getting so much under the tower, and I don't know, iceiceice is used to dying on the off lane every game. Every game he's got to die at least once on that off lane. Some of it say, some of us in the casting scene say that, have a joke, if your off lane is not dying, he's not feeding, he's not giving up some kills, he's actually not doing his job. Not getting out there enough to risk the XP. Maybe iceiceice is just getting a good game this game, but sometimes dying is a good tactic because you're low level. If you die, you just respawn back onto the tower with the creep wave under it, because if the supports are killing you, they can't pull the creep wave back. So it's actually pretty legit as a tactic.
I think the biggest metric for a successful offlane is just the levels, and iceiceice is doing fantastically. He's almost level 6 minutes into the game, so I don't know if you can say, look, he needs a death to have scraped a little bit more out, but either way, it's doing okay. DK applying a bit of pressure top lane. Lanham's actually going to rotate over now that he's reached level 5. Interestingly enough, he actually went for a point in Midnight Pulse at level 2.
Lanham does that a lot.
Which was
I'm not sure exactly why he does that, but he does it a lot. We casted a few games of him. He just does this thing to clear trees, to just, you know, just have some aerial denial. I mean, it's not that bad. It's 4% of your max HP per second. It scales about 3% from its max level, so it doesn't scale as well. The mana cost increases, but
under attack.
It does some pretty okay damage. I guess he just wants to get a value point in it. It's a big patch now, so.
Yeah,
but it does make Malefice pretty weak.
It's so good for clearing things off towers. People are always going to be afraid of it. I find it interesting that he got it at level 2, but I guess in the jungle you're not really using Malefice either. So assuming he used it even once, then it probably, you can call it a fractional increase in his jungling speed. And just go to show that there's still room for a little bit of variation, even in something as cookie cutter as Enigma builds. So just something interesting to point out. And we do have a Midas over on the Faceless Void, so Rabbit is not going to be participating for a little while this game, but I think LGD are just, again, feeling pretty happy to just... their game plan is counter push, hold on to towers, and hopefully get the farm that they need to win this in the late game.
That was a very casual Mushi D-ward. You know, it looked like he was trying to gank and then scoots on by, drops a sentry, D-ward, skips on back. And it's still 1-0 in this game. It's 8 minutes in. iceiceice still deathless, but he has a Midas recipe now. Somehow he has it on that off lane.
The new passive gold, I mean, you don't die, you get pretty fat. So this is...
And he didn't even need to feed for XP, so it's one of the best things about it, because the supports, they know they can't zone him out, so they just gave up completely. So the creep wave keeps going to his tower. He's like, okay, cool, devour. Okay, cool, devour. And he's level 6 now, got 3 points in devour, and he's gonna have a Midas very shortly. And once the Midas comes online, Doom starts printing money. How's Staple Guy doing here? All the Titan, he's got a Soul Ring, so the spam can continue for him. But as always, I'm rarely convinced by Elder Titan.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be good spam, good counter push. He's a good combo with both Ember Spirit, and he's a pretty good combo with Faceless Void, so I like him. I like the hero in general as well, but I think I'm going to have to echo your sentiments about worrying about the ET and worrying about Yao this game. Also, part of it is that nobody's really going to be moving around too early to help him out. I mean, he's getting good levels because the Enigma's in the jungle and it's only a dual lane up against him, but he's still going to have to recover somehow and, you know, get some successful fights or something like that. And that is not going to be that easy.
Well, the stalling does really benefit Greed Lords.
Yeah.
And DK, that's going to be enjoying this. Alright, you want to farm? We'll sit back and farm. You don't really print money. We do.
We'll get Blink, Refresher, Shiva's, Hex on our Doom.
LGD must be like, oh wow, we're doing pretty good. DK favored to win TI, we're not dying too much against them. We got first blood, we're doing good, let's farm boys. And then 20 minutes later, you're about to get wrecked. This tower's about to fall though. Some signs of aggression here from DK. Oh, the nice stun keeps the Viper in. Nope, he has an exit. So Burning, there's going to be a haste on him, so I think Burning is dead. He should TP out now. No, that's fine.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So that was a very nice little rotation, and with the haste rune he gets back to middle lane without much...
Oh no, bottom lane, iceiceice, in some trouble.
Oh, yep. Good old iceiceice, gotta feed at least once! And he off lane, and he will actually die off here. The Chronosphere as well as the Ice Blast. Ice Blast is safe there because of the level up.
Dire's structures are fortified.
iceiceice takes a fall there, a little bit of overextension. Mushi wrapping around the back. It could be kind of bad. The goal stuck here, and they're gonna just go for that ancient aberration, I think. And yeah, he is not running away. That Ice Blast really cost him that TP for just a moment, and as a result, Mushi will bring him down. Those 3 and 1. They still get iceiceice though, so at least there's that.
Yeah, so LGD pick up the 2 kills. They do end up losing the tier 1 mid as the Exorcism and the Mass Serpent wards get popped down by DK. So again, just talking about all the pushing strength of their lineup, and well, they find themselves bottom lane. The Enigma's picked up his max, so it looks like DK are eager to keep this going. And Chrono's here is on cooldown. This is exactly what we talked about when
they let you Chrono.
Yeah.
It's all part of the plan. It's like, alright guys, take Chrono, time to go. And what are you gonna do? Eidolons are here, Viper's in the front line, is gonna give you some pain. And they're gonna try and fight this, but Lanham has his mech ready. I hear the crack, but I don't know, it felt kind of weird to be dropping the Elder Titan Earth Splitter without any kind of lockdown. It just felt weird.
Yeah, they were just hoping that somebody on DK was gonna stick around and get fissured, but they're playing it very defensively. They're keeping an eye on the other lanes. They know who is likely hiding in the trees back behind the tower, and well, iceiceice is going to go poke his head out and say hello as the rest of his team descends in. And they're going to have Mass Serpent wards back up in just a second, so they might even be able to go for 2 here. Their Chrono is only 10 seconds away.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
But Earth Splitter is down. There's no Echo Slam. There is Ice Blast, so maybe you don't risk it. But Rabbit, his head up middle,
Dire's
and
middle
he does get up a point booster, so he's going for Aghanim Scepter.
I'm not a huge fan of the Ags, honestly. I mean, it's okay.
I think they need the Chronosphere as quick as possible. They have a lot of stuff to throw into it though, so I think in this case it's justified. But here comes the fight. Serpent Watcher is gonna sit over there, and the Spirits as well. They don't have a lot of things to stay pushy or bail them out in case anything happens, but Burning, I think he looks to be the target here. The Splitter just waiting for it. Here comes the Chronosphere. It will land onto Lanham, onto Burning. The Doom goes out into the Earthshaker, so no figure ready for him. But Ember Spirit comes on in, but Rabbit gets himself leashed up by the Shaman. Gets brought down. Lanham rolling in, looking for the walk-in black hole. There's your Tornado. Fuel Scepter here from Mushi. Is there a Malefice? No Malefice for him, so they'll pull back. But the tier 2 tower takes the fall, and DK come out ahead of that. 2 towers, 2 heroes.
It's like, oh hey, they jumped me. Sure, I'll take that any day. And I don't know. That was a really questionable initiation from LGD. If they're not getting value out of the Chronospheres, they're gonna lose this game.
Yeah, let's focus the poisonous tank. So that'll work out really well. Oh, this time he'll go down, I think. Burning, getting caught out. Yep. I think he'll tick down. Maybe, maybe not.
Corrosive skin too strong. Magic resist.
Oh man, it was 20 health short. 20 health short, but okay, he will survive. Mushi. Crypt Swarm, one Crypt Swarm left in him. He's gonna blow up the wave and get some farm. So the Eel Scepter very early on, really helpful as well for dealing with Ice Blast, for dealing with Faceless Void, because when he starts off he doesn't have a BKB. If you chrono someone, you just spin him up, waste half his chrono duration.
And if you're being really cool, you can just, if he's in vision, you can just keep spamming Yules, walking back and forth. As soon as he time locks in, immediately gets Yules. As he drops out, you put a silence on him, or you doom him, or you X him, or any of the disables that DK have available, and you never have to bother with the Chronosphere. So, and I think we also saw part of the problem about going for this Aghanim Scepter on the Faceless Void. Yes, having the Chrono more frequently is really nice, and a little bit of extra duration doesn't go amiss either, but what LGD are really lacking at the moment is any kind of damage in these. They can drop the whole comp to one person, but follow-up kills are going to be really difficult.
I think that's what the Ember Spirit is for, and now that the Ice Blast has checked Roshan, they will not be able to use it in the upcoming 5 days. Okay, well, it's 3 seconds on cooldown. Still, they're going for Roshan, double damage on Mushi. They're really gonna try this. Ember Spirit drops a Spirit in there, monitors the situation in the Rosh Pit. Elder Titan all smoked up with DD as well. All the ultimates are up in the fight. So level 4 Shaker, so that's not going for them. Here comes Ember Spirit. He's gonna go chain up Mushi. Mushi on the high ground. There's 2 Spirits coming in just to kill him. Ice jumps right in there, dooms up the Void, so there will be no globe for this fight. And it's gonna be checking down Doom. Doom has to scorch Earth though, keeps him alive. Shaman takes a fall. Eel Scepter here onto the Ember Spirit. That doesn't work out for them. Roshan got slayed by the Serpent Ward. Aegis is sitting on the ground, burning. Just getting a double kill there. And the fucker just casually runs back in there to pick up the Aegis. They left the Serpent Wards and the Eidolons to just finish up Roshan while they came up to fight. So it was a 1-for-1 in the end. Ember Spirit for Shaman. It was in itself a good trade, but throw in a Aegis and as well as a Roshan on your Viper, well, that's a good one. 6.8k on the DP, 6.4 on that Faceless Void.
Yeah, and now Burning can just run up, hit towers, not care, sit in the front lines, prevent the Faceless Void from jumping in, and I'm really worried for LGD. I mean, they've still got a couple of towers to potentially spam and defend and maybe hold on, but they're already running low on map control, they're running low on farming space, and I mean, even if DK stall here for a couple of minutes, they're going to secure another couple of big items, and then they can just keep on going. And well, Mushi's getting pretty tanky. He's got a vitality booster. We've also got a vitality booster on the Viper.
Or Heart?
I'm going to say Heart, I think. Okay. But I mean, I think both are pretty viable here. It's just that the additional, I mean, the additional slows are okay, but I'm not sure. I think it's going to be more likely that they're sieging.
So I don't know. They might need that extra slow. I think Aghanim is one of the best items you can get on Viper. I'm not sure about getting BKB. In this case, maybe BKB first, then you go for a Aghanim, but this does seem like a BKB Heart.
Yeah, I mean, DK as a team are just like Burning and Mushi as players are huge fans of Heart on Viper, and a lot of it comes down to how they use it. And
Yes. Once again, getting Chronosphere out of the way, they blow the whole combo on him as well. So sometimes you can't help but say this, you know, it starts off as a joke, but then once you look at it, is it really that worth to blow up Ice for 25 seconds and put all your big spells in cooldown?
Yeah, I mean, and now DK are just gonna charge straight at your middle lane. And well, to finish that thought earlier, yeah, Burning and Mushi just both love getting Heart on Viper and just sitting and hitting towers and not caring about anything that happens to them. So might just be the case here.
Well, tower goes down, easy peasy. Tier 2 falls. They might even push on for a little bit while the spirits are still up and while you can't fight. And Burning's poison is just gonna be giving the hurt over to that Ember Spirit.
I'm always really interested in how conservative teams like DK are, or I guess just players in general, like MMY are in their usage of Serpent Words, like MMY and Faith. I think that tower was guaranteed with just Exorcism, and they maybe could have gotten some damage on the top tier 2 or the tier 3 with Mass Serpent Wards, but the cooldown's short enough to the point where they just say screw it. We'll just throw Serpent Wards here, we'll back off, we'll get another minute of farm, and then they'll be available again. I've seen Faith drop Mass Serpent Wards on a 100 HP tower when there are like 3 other heroes around and they know that it's not being defended.
Instinct, because the tower's
Tower Serpent Wards.
Yeah,
Done.
it's an instinct kind of thing. And well, iceiceice did go for the Blink Dagger. We didn't talk about that the last fight. He blinked in, doomed the Void, no Chronosphere, and well, fight lost. And Mushi still wants to fight. Burning, going for a Black King bar first. This is something we can agree on. Does stop from fissure damage, Elder Titan nonsense. And does stop the wombo combo as well, because Aghanim's Void does no damage.
Yeah, the right click is far from impressive on an Ag's Void, that's for sure.
Alright, this game once again, Chinese versus Chinese, always very calculated plays, no low number of kills. But the thing is, if you look at goal graph, I brought it up earlier, it was like 14,000 for DK, and they're not even crushing that hard. It doesn't even look like they're crushing, but they have Midas heroes. They have Enigma, they have Doom, and LGD just sat back, you know, they sat on their asses, they tried to do something, and there's your Doom, bye bye. And he gets some big crits there, iceiceice, the crit lord, and crit lord Mac Crippleson, and he'll bring down the Void. Solo kill, easy one for iceiceice. And now, with the Void dead, you will not have any kind of wards, and once again, dropping Serpent Wards on a tier 2 that is almost guaranteed to die. And, well, I guess they just want to chip this one down, maybe get the Roshan. No, Roshan still got 4 minutes on the sideline. They still have, oh wait, they still have Aegis somewhere. But yeah, we still have how long more of Aegis? 1 minute. I don't know how to read this.
There's another 1 minute on Aegis, so the Aegis lasts
Stinking clock needs to go.
Huh?
The stinking clock. So now.
Do you want just a digital clock in the pit? Is that the solution?
I think the digital clock is a good one.
Yeah, so Aegis reclaimed in a minute, and DK just the high ground to go. LGD, I don't know what they can do at this point. They're gonna have the Aghanim Scepter soon, but that's for the team fight that's going to matter. That's only going to be an extra second.
It was Atos for Death Prophet.
Okay.
Because like I said, there's no Aghanim Survivor, so he won't have that long range slowing ability, that crippling slow is not available for him. So I guess Atos is fine as well, and they don't have a lot of escapey kind of heroes. And like you said, a slow on Ember Spirit before he gets a Remnant out means no running.
Yeah, and I think the other big thing that this game highlights is some of the weaknesses of Ember Spirit. I mean, yes, he's a good hero, but nowadays he's so much more reliant on getting a bunch of kills in the early to mid game and really snowballing to get his relevant items. I mean, it's been 20 minutes and still not really any signs of a battle fear. He's been moving around trying to defend things with his team, and maybe some of that you can pin a little bit on Lin, but it just also highlights that, look, if Ember Spirit is getting a timely battle fury in these games to be able to defend pushes, so much of it is because he gets those early kills.
I think it's kind of hard to kill anyone but Shadow Shaman or Enigma. And we haven't seen a Black Hole this entire game. Enigma, contrary to popular belief, is not about the Black Hole all the time. No. I mean, Toby might like it, we all love it, Black Holes are nice to watch. But really, the Black Hole is usually there for intimidation, solo kill. The main problem is the ability of Enigma to push, and now they drop wards again. The Fisher keeps the wards out. They'll actually do a little bit of thing, but no, here comes the Aghanim Scepter BKB on the Viper. Prevent getting out front of things like, which one do I hit? Which one do I hit? And he does not, he just bails out right away. Here comes the Viper Strike onto the Elder Titan. iceiceice just rolling on in, no armor at all, just a hand of Midas and a Blink Dagger, feeling pretty brave. Dives up to the front. Burning's dropping low though. He doesn't have his Aegis. He thinks he has Aegis and he dies. The Aegis timed out, I think, at that time. I don't think he saw the Aegis timing out.
It timed out almost a minute ago, so I guess he was not paying much attention.
Yeah, he was not paying attention. And that was the only reason why he I don't know why he would stand there. It's like, oh guys, it's okay, I have Aegis. Checks pockets. Doesn't.
Nope, whoops. Okay, never mind. Well, they still got the tier 3. The Chronosphere did basically nothing. There's also a pipe up on the Enigma now, so the Wombo combo isn't really doing a whole lot for LGD, and they're gonna go for a smoke. They just want to see if they can find anything and buy a bit more time, because they've realized they can't let DK get close to their base. They're just gonna drop Exorcism, they're gonna drop Serpent Wards, and they're gonna take at least something, even if it's just damage on the range drags.
And Lanham still not going for the Blink Dagger. We'll see if he goes for something maybe like a Necro Book, try and get some push going. Gods is a big fan of the Necro Book, so maybe we'll see something like that. Gods is pretty high rated, so his advice might actually hold true for pros. or they could just go something to aid the whole team in general, get that BKB, and just walk on in. The walk-in holes are the best holes.
Yeah, caught at mid lane, slowed up, and burning on the way as well.
A little bit weird with the Aetos Cyclone, but yeah, he's got to get out of there in time. But the Elder Titan really doesn't feel to be doing so much this game. I mean, the Earth Splitter, it doesn't do too much. You really need a lot of setup for it to land, and burning.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem for the Elder Titan in this game is that the biggest feature of the hero is natural order and amplifying the damage of your team. But what is he really amplifying at the moment? The Ember Spirit is spamming Sliding Fist, sure, but it's not a whole lot. Yeah, amplifying the Ice Blast is nice. You're not really helping the Void that much. You would be helping the Earthshaker if he could ever get into the fights, but that's just not happening. And I think that's a lot of the reason why the ET is just not.
And Viper
all
is
that
just
impressive.
an anti-blink kind of guy. If you fissure him at the wrong moment, you won't be blinking for the next few seconds.
Yeah.
Because of Corrosive Skin. So Viper is just a very annoying hero to deal with. After they change Corrosive Skin, he's just so annoying. Lasts for 4 seconds, does 25 damage. So it's about 100 damage, you tick down a little bit, and you stop his Blink Dagger for 7 seconds. So, not to say that the Shaker has a Blink Dagger.
No, he's not even close. And I mean, LGD haven't taken a single tower. If Earthshaker's ever getting a blink in most games, he's super dependent on getting a lot of that out of the tower gold, and that's not happening right now.
Network favors the Doom as well as Death Prophet. Enigma catching up behind about 10,000. The Void, the offlane one, is sitting close to 10k. And oh wait, not offlane, but the safe lane Void is sitting close to 10k. And when your safe lane Void is going for active scepter and no damage, I think that's when you have a little bit of issue. Like I said, Elder Titan never seems to be that great off paper.
Yeah, I think this, even the Ember Spirit maybe could have been replaced this game. Maybe there was an opportunity to just run something like an Invoker, have some damage that's a little bit less item dependent to throw in the Chronosphere.
Chinese teams in general just see that, oh, Ember Spirit is a good hero, we're gonna try and do it. Ferrari can do it, so why not I? So
yeah, we talk about it a lot for the Chinese
Ferrari
scene, right? That everybody is.
Yeah,
there's a lot of cross pollination. There's lots of inspiration being taken from one team and the other. So
yeah. But still, Mushi, 3,600 gold. Just stashing up some cash. We'll see what he goes for. The Aetos hasn't really shown its worth yet, but I assume it will. There's Sushi, but whoa.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That was Earthshaker tanking up the creep wave, and iceiceice just blink in there, seize the opportunity. Shiva's level death. He didn't even need to blow the Doom.
And we do get the Blink Dagger up on Lanham, so we might have some Blink Black Holes in our future.
So time for the Blink Dunks.
Yeah. And it hasn't been revealed just yet. We'll keep an eye on whether or not he goes near a creep wave, or if he gets spotted by an LGD ward, though there is only just the one of those.
Because with the gem online,
right now.
there'll be no more wards. Viper nearing to his Reaver in terms of goal. And Mushi is going to be pushing out a wave. He picks up a Reaver as well, so he's going to be a double heart against the Ancient Apparition. It gives them a lot more health to deal with the damage anyway. So the general bulkiness, I think I can agree with. Ancient Apparition doesn't land his ultimate on everyone anyway. So someone's going to be staying alive, and I think this round of wards and spirits will take down those many ranks. Here we go. The Sweet Sisters have been unleashed, and now there's a blink and Shiva's got, as well as the Doom follow-up. iceiceice just going in with the suicide blade. The Ice Blast will land on top of his own feet. The crack comes along. He only hits the Shaman though. Echo Slap, gonna land on iceiceice. There's your Black Hole. Catches the Elder Titan, catches the dead Earthshaker, and zips in with the Ember Spirit. And 7-11 is the score now. Elder Titan flies back into the game. Burning takes a fissure in the face, but he's gonna come back. And does he have a BKB? He uses BKB on the first life, so Burning will take a second drop here inside the Radiant base. Diving a little bit too far, but DK have gotten what they came for. They got the Rex, and Death Prophet on a quick way out. We'll have money for the heart very, very shortly. DK, the 11-8 and 1 Rex up.
Yeah, and LGD threw everything that they had.
Buybacks and all.
Yeah, buyback on Yao, buyback on DD, buyback on DDC as well, and wasn't even enough to hold on to the lane of Rax. And DK just gonna do the exact same thing, back off, grab a little bit more farm. They could have maybe been a bit more patient with that push. They still had about 5 minutes remaining on the Aegis, so they could have potentially completed the hearts. and then look to go up onto the high ground, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it really matters. They're so far ahead, and we're just seeing
the blink initiation from iceiceice.
Yeah, that was
shuts off.
fantastic.
You wasted so much money on the Academ Scepter. Doom, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's why, I don't know, Doom,
good hero.
Doom is, yeah, quite the hero. Quite the hero. Very balanced and fair. He's a good hero. Nothing more to say about that. Mushy picks up his Heart of Tarask, and now sitting at 2600 on the hit points. MMY got Blink and Force Staff, that always elusive Shaman that we saw in previous games as well. Shaman actually seeing a lot of love. He's not good enough to be banned first, but he's also good enough to be picked first. So it's a very fun hero to face, play, and with a good amount of disables, good push, he beats Lion in that regard. So.
And Blink Dagger Void. Okay. So Rabbit is
like, okay, I'm done.
Rabbit's on the hunt for the 5-man Chronosphere. I don't think it's not gonna happen.
You know, the last time that a Blink Dagger went on a hard carry that should not go, it was a Morphling, and they lost the fight right after it GG'd out. So I think this is one of those times. So I don't know. We'll see.
We shall definitely see. The
Alright.
problem is always going to be.
He's swinging 412, man. He's like trying to beat something down. I don't know. If
he has 112
even
damage.
If he beats X, he might take a while. Alright, we'll see. Birding going for that Academ Scepter, but at this point, here comes the Sweet Sisters, and there's your Atos as well. Yao doesn't have buyback anymore. There we go, the Blink, the Chronosphere lands on 2, but the pipe, the shields everyone from damage, and Birding stays alive throughout it. Gets the BKB up in time. Earthshaker is now having a pentagram around him. Ancient Apparition takes the fall. The Shaman Walls goes down. Everyone dropping low, but the Spirit's just scooting all around the map. Just bring down the tower. Glyph has been forced out. Yao has not gone down yet, but now what's Blink Void gonna do? Faces Blink. He does bring down the Serpent Walls. The Emperor Spirit stays alive. He gets Atos up. The Battle Fury does a little bit of damage. They deny up the tier 3 tower, but at this point, yeah, I guess they forced DK back, but they lost 2 heroes, they didn't kill anything on DK. DK got a free tier 3, they blew all your cooldowns, and well, they just chill out. They go back home, they go back to the neutral jungle, they farm up a little bit, maybe wait for the next Roshan and then push it.
Yeah, I really think that the strategy from LGD, it was just a little bit too one-dimensional. I don't know if you can pin this on their play or their decision making necessarily. I think just they picked up the Void, DK said, oh, you have a Void, we're gonna push, and LGD, the only thing that they focused on in the remaining 4 picks in the whole draft was, oh, we're just gonna get counter push, and not once has the counter push worked, and not once have they, you know, they haven't even been moving towards a situation where, okay, they're gonna finish one big item, and then they're gonna 5-man wipe DK and start to turn the game around. They're just, you know, gradually losing.
Yeah, they're living in poverty right now.
Yeah.
Straw huts and whatnot, because this is gotta be one of the latest Blink Daggers I've seen on a competitive Earthshaker in quite a while now.
The thing is, both of the supports are so poor. I mean, normally you would say, okay, the Earthshaker's poor, but the Ancient Apparition is close to an Aghanim Scepter, or the Ancient Apparition is poor, but the Earthshaker at least has his blink. But in this game, not even close.
At least Ancient Apparition's got some magic with his wizardry. He's practicing some wizardry stuff, but you know, it's still a very, very poor lineup. I mean, just look at the net worth, you can already see how bad things are looking. I mean, your hardest carry, he's 4,000 behind Mushy on that gold, and Viper is just nearly there in terms of your net worth. And the thing is, his net worth is all into a Midas, a Blink Dagger, and Academ Scepter. He does nothing. Here comes a Puff and Wuff from DK. They're gonna try and go to the bot lane. They've caught out Mushy here. Mushy might be in trouble, probably probably gonna die. Yes, he does die. But DD now getting Sword trapped up. There's your Viper Strike as well. There's a good little hit there on MMY as well as the Enigma, and they immediately book it in there. Alright, I'm out, but no, iceiceice, hey, I'm here to party, guys. Stay with me, do not run, I am your friend. But Shaman blinks into the crack, so there is going to be the engagement. Holton right there. Mushy getting caught out for an Earthshaker. Not the most value of trades that DK has had this game.
No, but DK has been a bit of a story this game, just going to be able to back off, wait for Roshan, keep farming, finish more items, and LGD are still not breaking out of their base. So, I mean, a nice little pick off for them, but again, just not hugely important in the grand scheme of things. It is a slightly later Roshan respawn, so a bit more time.
It doesn't really matter
LGD,
because they die, they have total map control.
I mean, what are LGD close to? They do have the Crystallis now up on the Ember Spirit, which is just completed, so they're looking, they've got a little bit more damage there. Maybe that's going to be enough to start turning the fights. They did some good damage to MMY, but in fairness, he has 815 hit points. You compare that to Mushi, or you compare that to Burning, or you compare that to iceiceice. What looked like a huge chunk of MMY's health is probably not going to be too scary for these DK cores. And is there anything else that's close? Well, we do have a Dagon over on Yao at the very least. So we got some iceiceice build copying going on.
Well,
they need burst damage. They desperately need burst damage.
Yes, I don't think anything else is gonna matter at this point, so might as well try it, right? Might as well try to zap them down, maybe bring down the shaman if possible.
Oh, iceiceice, Chrono in the top lane.
Ice Blast coming in, yeah, this is gonna seal him, yep, is dead. And that was a good kill, by Chronosphere down once again, but in this case, Academ Scepter, so two very good kills, 11 to 14. And Void, 2.9k on him, could get something fancy for himself, probably crit, we'll see if it's crit. It could be Mjolnir. Invisibility. This Blink Void, could work, never know. Make fun of it, but it happens. 17 seconds to the Rosh respawn, I think. LGD have no chance to get it, I think. They don't have a good Rosh lineup, so even so, there's a tier 1 tower standing in the middle lane for the Dire. With Cliff up, so I doubt they will be able to push this tower long enough before it actually goes down. Yeah, there's your Cliff. He's forced out, and they're just waiting there. Lanham got 1,300 gold, waiting for this push, and if they're not careful, they all could get pulled. Getting that Yule Scepter across, the tower is destroyed. Ember Spirit, there's your Atos, there's a Black Hole. Black Hole catches Rabbit, catches the Ancient Apparition, DDC, all in the hole. Earthsplitter cancels it though. Rabbit nearly running away, but no, Viper says no, spits in his face. Mushi chasing down the Ancient Apparition, who is now just walking on the spot due to the Atos. And they get 2 kills. But your roster does take a fall there, probably from the item.
Top lane, Lin got doomed up.
Yeah, there's a Doom as well. Lin tried to do a little bit of split push, gets destroyed by Doom, and as a result, LGD splitting up their forces a little bit, losing a lot in return, and they lose Roshan once again.
Well, I was just about to say DK a little bit sloppy on the execution and closing out this game, but as that happens, they immediately swing things around, win a really convincing fight.
Did that Desperation Dagon go off? No, it did not. It did not. So, still waiting for that charge up, and that's that.
He's got level 2 Dagon now, so
500 plus.
We're getting there.
Alright. It's like, it's stronger than level 1 Laguna now. So, you can see some big deeps, but there's your BKB on iceiceice. Tired of magic. So, he's just gonna push up the top lane. There is your nice blast. Shaker tries to go in with the Echo Slam, but I don't think iceiceice is worth that many cooldowns, especially since you just zip on out. So,
DD does have a Blink Dagger now, so potential massive 5-man slam on its way with the, maybe with some natural order.
Yeah.
Could be.
It's the dream. It
could be the time.
We did not.
And then the Echo Slam, chain stun into the Earth Splitter, 5-man wipe. LGD claim their 3rd tier 1. Maybe that's the dream for them right now.
That's the dream for them. I mean, getting a team fight.
Yeah, but winning a team fight would be great.
Alright, so we have DK lining up the battlefront here. We're gonna get some preemptive zooms ready. Rabbit is gonna Maelstrom, so that's his item of choice. He's gonna go into the Mjolnir, try and do that static storm, that static prop here, try and do some AoE magical around. I think crit might have been a better choice here. He really needs to get through a lot of beasts on this DK lineup. And Hole, 58 seconds off cooldown, so it will not be part of this fight. But the push is gonna be coming.
DK just again coming in for the siege. They could have.
Oh, there's a Doom. He's gonna go in. Yeah, he goes right in, finds the void, and there you go. iceiceice will just forfeit his own life. Maybe not. He pops the BKB. Rabbit getting caught out, getting brought down by the Viper. There's your void. Brought out of the fight. Ancient Apparition lies back by void. Just bought his Maelstrom, so he will not be coming back. There's your Dagon. He snaps DP with it, but in the end, only getting it. But there's your Echo Slam. Lands on 3 heroes, but a very quick hacks from MMY. Will take down the Shaker. Mushi munching on the cheese, brings himself back to full health again. The Elden Titan. The reason that Dagon didn't work out. No TI Dagon. There's a BKB on Burning. And once again, DK somehow don't lose any heroes and take the Rex. They're just gonna do this slow attrition kind of burn and just take you down. If you don't work the first time, fine, we'll just take your tower, we'll back off, we'll be patient.
And this is really GG at this point. I mean,
Yeah.
DK come in, they lose nobody, they
It's been
only
GG
invest
for quite a while,
Yeah,
actually.
they only invest the cheese. They've got the Aegis still in hand. They've got another 4 minutes or so to use it, and
One thing I
AC
like,
can put on
Mushi has been playing very well. He has been having quite the slump before coming into TI, messing up on pop coils, messing up on stuff, just messing up in general. We thought, oh, Mushi's getting old, blah blah blah, blah. Too much stress from all the DK regimes, you know, confiscating his phone and whatnot. But hey, he comes into the tournament looking pretty strong. I'm not sure how he did against that Fnatic, in that Fnatic game, but he's looking really good now. His DP is 6-2 and 8. His positioning has been good. Hasn't really been caught out apart from that one time, and well, it's good to see Mushi back in it.
Yeah, definitely. And
Buys the late game Ring of Basilius.
well, it's plus armor, and they are. I guess the only way that they can die at this point is Sighting Fist. So the plus armor is not going to help that much against the
Time for blast
damage. Yeah, it's you just gotta keep beefing up.
All right. Interesting choice of item.
So
But
DK just kind of a formality at this point. Go and look towards the last lane of Rax.
iceiceice is... Oh no, he blinks and zooms up the Ember Spirit. Maybe a little bit too hasty this time, but Aethos with such a ridiculously long range. Well-defined DDC. And, well, at least they get 1 kill out of that. 12 to 21, perfect number right there. They do get the Ember Spirit out. Doom will be on cooldown for the next fight. Daedalus is up for the Ember Spirit, so there will be a lot of choppy for the next fight. So if you get a few lucky crits, maybe they bring down some heroes, but at this point, crits can only get you so far. 2,000 health on the Viper, and now they jump in on Mushi. Mushi getting caught up. He might be brought down here. They force him back up. He's trapped by the Fisher, but what's it? What's the deal here? Looking for the hole. Lanham just walking there, gets Chronos gun in mid-animation, but as a good crack, it does hit a little bit of budding. Killing off the heroes on the sidelines. Mushi just cracking people in the fountain, and they call GG before it's all over. Boy bites back as a formality, but the Earthshaker can't even get near, can't even leave this fountain, and well, you just get Lanham one black hole for the entire game, 2 holes for the entire game, and I don't think we expected much from LGD in terms of them winning DK, but I think it was kind of an item build error / drafting.
I really just think that DK had LGD's number in the
got away
strategy that
too
they were
much
looking for.
as
Yeah,
well.
I mean they saw the Faceless Void pick, they had a set strategy in mind, and LGD almost played directly